We started the recording. Awesome. How does it get better? So today, let's talk about being grateful to yourself. How many of you, who's your best friend?
Now myself.
Awesome.
Myself.
Amazing.
So text of today, I think now we know who we should be grateful for.
Yeah. How does it? No one but me. No, it's not good to say no one but me. You can say I am my best friend also. And so we can invite others also to be friends with us. Because if you're going to say no one but me, then we are going to make sure no one else will be there for us. So everything that brought up and led on will you destroy and create. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, poisons. So how?
My body.
Sorry?
My body.
Your body. That's amazing. Your body is always there for you. That is really true. I'm going to try to get it on Insta Live also. Let's see how that works. Yeah, this works pretty well. Awesome. So we've started on Instagram also. How does it get better than that? And I'll see how the feedback goes. So who are you looking to give you something that you never give yourself? Everything that is will you destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and girls. Now, why do we need friends when you talk about who is your friend or who you'd like to be friends with?
Someone we wish to listen without judging ourselves.
Yes, someone who doesn't judge you, right? That's the person you'd like to be friends with. You don't like friends who judge you, do you? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and girls. And how friends become frenemies is one judgment, one expectation, one projection, one rejection. So everything that brought up and led on will you now destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and girls. That's amazing. I'm on Instagram also. It's looking so good. I just don't want to keep holding the phone. So let me try this out. Awesome. Okay, so how does it get better than that? If I keep moving here and there, don't mind. I'm like looking at two devices. Let me just try a little more. Okay, so this is better. Okay, so what is it that I'm looking for the other person to give me that I don't give myself? Everything that is will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and
Importance.
Boys and beyond. So what expectation, what projection, what separation, rejection am I using to cut off myself from me? Everything that is will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now we are in a world of oneness, right? We do require other people. Like I was saying, even these earrings that I'm wearing, the dresses that I'm wearing, someone else has made it, right? There is so much contribution from so many different people, so many beings for the earth to thrive. So let us not separate ourselves. We don't have to separate ourselves. But what if we can be inclusive? And now what happens when people don't treat you well, when people ignore you, when people reject you? Whom do you forget to include? You forget to include yourself. Do you be there for you? And when people treat you so disrespectfully or without honor, that's the time you have to treat yourself better. That's not the time where you have to beat yourself up, right? Because you have to be there for you. If you are not there for you, no one else will be there for you. So everything that brought up and led down will now destroyed and created. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So how many of you have relationship problems with one person or the other? So everything that brought up and led down will you now destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, why do we have problems with some relationship or the other? Because you are separating from yourself. Do you value yourself that much that you will not allow yourself to be dishonored by others? Whether the other person dishonors you or not, that choice you may not have. But how you treat yourself is in your control, right?
So Nithya, I have a question here. So I understand when we don't treat ourselves well, people start, mistreating sometimes. What if there are a lot of expectation in few relationship, and if we are acting differently how they expect, and the relationship start behaving and appearing differently? So, like, what
I
question we ask?
didn't get your question.
So I'll tell you, like, for example, a mother-daughter relationship. If there is a lot of expectation from the mother side, okay, how the daughter should behave or something like that. If the daughter is not reacting the way mother expect, and relationship start, changing or uh, showing a different ways. So, what question I ask? What gift this relationship is gifting me?
No, why do you have expectations? Even if it's your daughter,
Not me. Like, I'm talking about my mother.
your mother. Okay, everywhere you've decided you cannot match your mother's expectations, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, poison nuts. So we don't have to match other people's expectations, but what can I be or do different for the relationship to work so well, for me to go beyond their expectations? Everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, poison nuts. Now, the energy of expectations, when anyone expects anything from you, you will not like it. Similarly, when you expect something from someone, they don't like it. So let's try to go beyond expectations. But if someone does expect something from you, can you be kind enough to them? You don't have to actually not match their expectation or go against it, even though that will be the first urge. The first urge for expectations is to resist it, to get angry. So otherwise, we align and agree without having your own choice. So what else is possible here? What else is possible here so that both of us are happy? Everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, poisonous. What if there's a choice which is good for you and good for the other person also who's expecting you? What if you can include yourself and others in your choice? Do you like to include yourself and others also in your choice? So everything that brought up and let down, will you now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. The funny part is you're like, let me do what this person asks, let me do what my mother asks, let me behave well, but you don't include yourself, do you? It's okay if I get hurt. Now, everything that brought up and let down, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what would it be like?
And sometimes that including myself, definitely you address it rightly, it becomes anger and irritation.
Yes, anger is not including yourself. Irritation is not including yourself. That is excluding. Any form of judgment is separating you from you. And the biggest thing that you can achieve, the greatest thing you can achieve, is to not judge yourself. If you have your target to go there, to be there for yourself, then you don't reject people, you include them. You be the space for someone else to change. And for that, you have to first be there for yourself. If you're not there for yourself, you cannot be there for someone else. Are you there for yourself? If you are giving to someone else at the cost of rejecting yourself, at the cost of not taking care of yourself, doesn't work. After some time, you don't feel good about it, do you? And you're not gifting, you're giving. So they will not receive it, or even if you've done so much, they're going to go back and say, they're going to tell others people complete nonsense. They're going to say, like, you know what, this person is bad. And when you look at what you've done for them, it's like beyond anything, but then they're going and backbiting you. So where does it come from?
Very true, Nithya.
Because you have not given yourself, you have not included yourself when you've done that. And are you rejecting yourself? Because when you reject yourself, the universe will have to respond to that, because the universe always believes you're right. So when you reject yourself, the universe has to, like, bring those people. You're vibrating at a frequency to attract all those people who can reject you, to allow your friends also to reject you. And then you can go back to, I'm all alone, no one is there for me. So everywhere you love being by yourself, and everywhere you love rejecting others in your life, will you destroy and uncreate? Right?
Thank you so much, Nithya.
All of you love that. You love being by yourself. You love to say, like, I hate people, I don't want anyone around me. So everything that brought up and let down, will you destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And when you're judging others, you're actually judging yourself. You're actually judging yourself. How many of you love to judge yourself? You're like, I have to judge myself. If I don't judge myself, I can't pass my day. Yasmin, are you saying?
I have something to share. From last, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. From last few days, I have been going through anger also for not getting a lot of company and all that, and loneliness also. And somewhere, I just this awareness popped up. If loneliness is also a superpower, what if I can create more? And
Is it true?
uh,
See,
I
being alone and happy with yourself is a superpower. Maybe not loneliness.
yeah. And secondly, I just asked universe, show me what is to be like a needless, being needless. Yeah. And I'm just, yeah. So what you said, loneliness is not a superpower. Like it just seems like that. So what questions can I ask? Because sometimes I get, I want people also, I don't want people also. Like that kind of duality goes on.
Let's address that.
Sometimes.
Sorry, I just muted you. Please unmute yourself. Sonu, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were done. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what questions can I ask that can empower me also and can create more?
Okay, let's give it a shot. This is like a huge topic. So let's see, what questions can we ask here? Everywhere I do not include myself in my life, or you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Everywhere I don't like myself enough to be alone with myself and confuse it with loneliness. Will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Are you okay to be a loner? Are you okay to walk alone? Why should you not be okay? Aren't you the best person to be with at any given point of time? Wouldn't you adore yourself so much? That is not loneliness. That is liking to spend time with yourself. And that will not have a need. Now, what is the need for other people? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine transparency. Interesting. I'm getting requests for people to be in my video. I don't know. I think in Instagram, then the view will change if I include others. So probably next time. Thank you for everyone who's requesting to be here. Okay. Because I don't think in Instagram I can mute them, so I'll give it a shot next time. How does it get better? Thank you to Neha and everyone who's on Instagram and everyone who's on Zoom, everyone who's on Facebook. So how does it get better than that? Thank you for joining today. Okay. So everywhere I do not include myself in my own life, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Have you decided you're a victim? You need someone to pull you out? Have you decided you cannot accept yourself so that someone else has to accept you and you need them? Or do you have a need to be needed? I'm better than others,
Nithya,
so I will.
Nithya Anuradha.
One second. So do you have a need to be needed where you're like, I am existing, I'm contributing only if I help someone. Otherwise, there's no need for my existence. And so if people don't call you, you feel bad that I've not contributed to anyone. But have you contributed to yourself? So everywhere you're looking for a validation from others. Everywhere you're looking for acceptance from others. Everywhere you have a need to be needed. And everywhere you have a need to exclude yourself. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Everywhere you've decided separating from yourself will reduce the pain of others not being there for you. Will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what if 4 or 5 people say something? Does it become true? Have you had that? 4 or 5 people around you tell bad things about you, and then it becomes true. So what have you bought as real and true that is not true for you? Everything that is will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now the thing is, the more you grow and the more you get better, the more people are going to be, say bad things about you. I don't know why.
People will start disliking you.
Yeah, they start disliking you. So be ready for that judgment. And what if you receive that judgment, you'll make more money.
Actually, in my experience, people so many times want to be like us, but they cannot, and that's why they always put that, how can these people can be, even for a single mom, it is really, really, a crime to be happy all the time. She should be crying mom, she should be this, then only this is real and, perfect. Otherwise, it is just like that, ki, kuch to hoga.
So everything that brought up and down for you will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong,
Yes.
bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, poison meals. So actually, people are harsh. They're the harshest beings on the planet. Animals are much easier. Ghosts are much better. At least that's my point of view. All these beings are lesser judgmental than people, But what if you can be the space to enable those who want to change and not allow others to affect you because you include yourself? What would it be like for you to be there for yourself? Everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And the more you grow, the more people are going to judge you. And the one thing you're looking for is one person who doesn't judge you, right? One person who's there for me, who doesn't judge me. What if that is you? So what are you looking for outside of you? What are you looking for outside of you that you're not giving yourself? Everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, mess. Yes, Anuradha, do you want to say something? Diya, I'll talk to you next. Anuradha, did you want to say something? Okay, Diya, you can ask.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, so today's topic, I think it's just being spoken for me, to be very honest. And so just like while you were talking to the other lady, I remember you did one clearing once, which I remembered because I think it applies to me. So it was like, even though I know I'm a huge contribution to everyone around me, I still like to play lesser. And I do that in order to prove to myself that, I need somebody else to get me out of a non-existing problems. And you did this clearing, I think, last year in some call. But I had to go back, listen to the recording and copy it down. So that really, I keep reminding myself that I am doing this right now. Sometimes I forget. So I keep seeking for validation from my close people also. And when I don't get it, I do get disappointed. And then I go in that I'm not good enough. Like what you said, I start putting myself down in that process. So just sharing this. I was actually about to ask some question, but then it just struck me that I think I should ask this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is like, the more closer you are to the person, the more the judgment hurts, right? You don't get hurt by judgment, which some stranger puts at you. It's just like, you have somewhere, see, the problem is conclusion. And something so amazing that Diya said is like, I want to create a non-existing problem so that I can judge myself. So what do you love about judging yourself? Everything that is will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So the more closer that person is, the more you're expecting them not to judge you, the more you're expecting that they'll be good to you, the more you conclude that this person is like so amazing. And then guess what? Conclusion is also a sort of expectation. It is also sort of an invitation for them to do the opposite. And then they go and they don't match your expectations. They say something bad about you. So everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
So Nithya, today's topic is somewhere related with once you have done valuing yourself.
Can you repeat that?
I'm saying today's topic is somewhere, related to the same once we did valuing yourself.
Could be, could not be. I think so it is, yeah. I don't remember when we did valuing yourself. So, but we should.
That was awesome. Whenever I judge myself too much, I listen to recording. I lift myself up, and then start working.
Awesome. How does it get better? So yeah, we should be the most valuable product in your life. So what invention are you using and choosing to make yourself lesser than who you truly are? Everything that is will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So like I said, the closer they are, the more it hurts. So what have you made so significant about cutting yourself off when people are close to you? Everything that is will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. And when someone is good to you, do you expect them to continue that? Do you decide that they'll always be that way? Now, people keep changing. People keep changing. So why should we expect the same person to be the same way all the time? And that's not honoring yourself. When you expect someone else to behave the same way, to continue being kind to you, or just because you've given them something, they will be grateful. Even expecting a person to be grateful for something you've done for them is not required. It's not wrong to have expectations. There's nothing right or wrong. So it's not wrong for you to have an expectation of anyone, but we should learn not to get hurt if people do not keep up to your expectations. And many people will not. Many people will not. So everything that brought up and let down, will you now destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. And you don't beat yourself up saying that I have done so much for them and they're being so ungrateful. Is it worth thinking that? Isn't it not? Where else would you like to focus your energy, right? Where else would you like to focus your energy? Would you like to focus it on everyone else, or would you like to focus it on yourself? So everything that brought up and let down, will you destroy it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, guys, I need to give my phone to my son for like 2 minutes on Instagram. So just be off video for like a couple of minutes and then we'll get it back on. Okay. So everything that brought up in it and now destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Someone asked me to switch on the transcript. I hope that's helping all of you.
Actually, really, we cannot see your face.
You cannot see my face? You want me
Yeah,
to...
with the translation. With this translation, we cannot see your face properly. So
you can just pin my video. You'll be able to see it. Okay.
Only
Right.
with your videos only, but also it's interrupting.
It is interrupting. Okay. I don't know how to switch it off. Okay, that's it. It's gone now. How does it get better? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about not including yourself in your life? Everything that is will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. And now you do not like it when other people do not meet your expectations or talk bad things about you or reject you. Does anyone like it? So what do? You reject yourself before the other people can do it. You do not give people the chance to do that, do you? No, you don't. You're like, let me do it first. Then no one else gets to do it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right,
Yes.
wrong, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, poison.
Nithya, I have a question.
Yes.
So Nithya, it's not, judging about yourself. It's like when you do a lot of things for your close ones, lot of things, like when you keep them on a priority and yourself on the second level, then what happen is you don't feel sad. They see whatever you have done for themselves, just like the feeling of ignorance. I would say not judging, the feeling of ignorance, like whatever I have done for my family or for my parents, they don't notice. I feel ignorance.
What is your question?
So when we feel ignored, I think it is not judging myself.
Really? Feelings are judgment. Why do you have to feel ignored when you're there for you? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, poison, beyonds. What if you don't ignore yourself at all? So everything that brought up and let down will now destroy and uncreate. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, poison, beyonds. What can I be or do different to include myself in my life? Everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, poison, beyond. Okay, I'm back on Instagram. Sorry guys, sorry about the interruption. My son has exams, so I have to take my phone to take pictures of the examination. So everything that brought up and let down will now destroy and uncreate. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Today is 4th April, 4422. So how does it get better? Amazing date. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So everywhere you're not including yourself in your life, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. What invention are you using to make other people more significant? Everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So do you like it if people include you? Don't you feel better when someone calls you, when someone talks to you? Now, what if you can be that for others? Others may or may not be that for you, but you can be that for others. Would you like that? So because everyone is looking for that one person who doesn't judge them. So what if you start by being that for yourself? Don't judge yourself. And what if you can invite other people to a place where you don't judge them? So everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Everywhere you reject yourself before anyone else does that to you, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Everywhere you don't value yourself so much to never reject yourself, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Everywhere you don't value yourself to be there for yourself and to never reject yourself, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. What do you love about judging yourself? And the funny part is, after listening to all this, what do we go back and do? We judge ourselves. How many of you go back and judge yourselves? So is there any value in judging yourself? Is there any value in looking at your past, looking at what people did to you, judging yourself? No. So yesterday I was talking to one of my friends, and we don't have to go to the past to see all the bad things that happen. Neither do you have to go to the past to see all the good things that happen. Because if you look at the good things in your past, then today becomes lesser, does it not? And that's another way of rejecting your present. So what do I love about rejecting the value of the present moment? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So don't you guys reject your present moment? If you don't, that's amazing. But if you do, what is the value of being in the past? So everything that brought up and let down, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Because the present moment is always different, right? It is never the past. So it may not be, sometimes it's the past haunts you as with all the bad things that happen. And then you say, if something good happened, today would be better. And sometimes it's about what I had in the past was much better than what I have today. Is that true? The past itself is not true. So how can that be true? What we have right now is only the present moment. And the way you reject yourself is to go back to any past of yours, even if it was yesterday, even if it was an hour ago, because what has passed, right? Now we have to focus on the present. So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate, right?
Nithya?
It's Veena.
So when you say that, you don't get back to the past, but that past haunts you to create a difference in the present, and also it creates a difference in the future. So doesn't it haunt the past, the guilt, or anything you want to term?
That's what we should learn to go beyond. You have a choice to allow it to haunt you or to value the present. So what if the norm of this reality is to allow the past to haunt you? But then do you want to live the rest of your life in regret? Wouldn't you like something better? So what if
I
you,
actually want something best, and I'm creating something best.
what if you can completely forgive yourself? What if you can let go of the past? What if you can be so grateful for what you have right now? So everything that brought up and let down, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right,
Yes,
wrong?
please, right and wrong, good and bad, what and bad, call nine shots, boys
What
and
you be
beyonds.
today will create your future. What you be now will create your future. And if you are in the past, your future will also become like your past. Is that what you would like?
No, that's a pattern again.
Yes.
That has been repeatedly happening with me and my life, which I am trying to uncreate the pattern.
Yeah. So rather than trying to uncreate, what if you are out of the past? What if you are in the present? So everything that brought up and let down, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots. Okay. So what would it take for me to get out of judgment of the person who is doing conspiracy? Whenever we are meeting other friends, they're talking about that person only. What to choose to get out of the gossip scenario?
I want to ask a question.
1 second, I'm just answering this question.
Okay.
So, what have you made so significant about gossip? If it's gossip, it's not true. So you don't have to even allow any energy there to bring you down. So everywhere I'm aligning and agreeing or resisting or reacting to all the gossip, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And what would it be like to receive the judgment? When people are judging you, ask yourself, how can I receive this judgment? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys, beyonds. True receiving is receiving the good, the bad, the ugly, all the judgment that people throw at you. And people will judge you they will tell you that I don't judge you. That's also there. And then they will judge you energetically. You may have not even done anything to them, but then they're like, energetically, you've done this. So everything that brought up in that down, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. They will conclude some energy as something, and they will keep judging you. But if you learn to receive the judgments, why would we allow judgment to run our life? Even though we've lived like that, even though that's the way we've been brought up, would you like to go beyond that? Because if you go beyond judgment, you are at peace with yourself. Stop fighting with yourself. Be at peace with yourself. And then everything will show up. Because you are everything for you. So when you're at peace with yourself, relationships gets better, money gets better. Everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. I'm in judgment that I'm judging a person. So even if you judge people, judgment also is not wrong. And sometimes it's a coping mechanism, right? When someone has done so many bad things to you, or what you've judged as bad, in a way, when you judge them, your mind gets a little more at ease. You're like, it's their fault. When it feels that they're wrong, you're a little more ease, right? So judgment itself is not wrong. It also has a place. Consciousness includes everything and judges nothing. But that's not the greatest that you can be. So do not.
Nithya, it's 11:11 here.
Awesome. How does it get
Thank
there?
you.
So you don't have to judge yourself for judging others. If you get into judgment for a few seconds, a few minutes, or a few hours, how fast can you get over it? Because it's just not it's not the greatness that you are. And when you're looking for one person not to judge you, what if you're that person? If you're that person who doesn't judge you, you don't judge others also. So you have to look at, where can I head towards greatness? How do I keep getting better? How do I outcreate myself? And it's okay if you judge yourself. It's okay if you judge others. Don't judge yourself for judging, for getting into judgment. Just because we've said don't judge, don't beat yourself up for not judging. That's what a lot of people do. You don't like it when you judge, and then you keep fighting with yourself. So what would it be like for you to have that peace with yourself? Everything that brought up and that done, will destroy and uncreate. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Yes, Diya, do you have another question, or did you forget to put your hand down?
No, so it's not a question, Nithya. It's something I just want to share. I want to ask you actually that sometimes when such thoughts come to me, so I've done something in the past where I was really heavily judged, but I still stood up for myself. And till now, I always used to feel I could have done better and spoiled my health in the run, and I should have just taken care of my body better at that time. But 2 days ago, I was just sitting, and this one thought came to me that my body fought for me at that moment when I was the only one fighting for myself, basically. So suddenly, I became very like I had this goosebumps all over my body, thinking that, oh my God. So actually, I could not have done better. My body did a fabulous job at that moment to save me from that place and got me out of it. And now it's thankfully to that action, it's thriving and it has survived. So I don't know, like, how does that happen? Like, suddenly that thought came. I had tears. I had gone to get my eyebrows done and I was crying. I was like, what is happening? Like, why that thought just suddenly came at such a moment where I was not even expecting it. And I was so thankful. I was like, yeah, I'm wrong. Body, you actually did a fabulous job and I did not harm you. It was okay. Like, we just got through, and it happened like 12 years ago now. No, not 12 years ago. 8-9 years ago.
So awareness can come at any time to set you free. Right, wrong,
Yeah.
good. Call ninjas, boys and girls. And if it's come, you were looking for it. Probably you're listening to it after 9 years, but better late than never. So as long as we get the awareness, how does it get better?
But one thing happens that when I have told you earlier also, when I lose temper or I get angry, I really get a headache. And now if I do that, I just go in that guilt. Like yesterday, can you just give me a question, Nithya, for that to get snap me out of that thing. That guilt comes in when when I get a headache. I'm like, oh my God, see, I should not have lost temper. I should not have scolded. I should not have gotten angry.
Guilt
But then
So would you like to be present or would you like to be distracted? So everything that brought up, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys, minutes. Any distraction implant will take you down. They're not real. So the way to get out of it is to just realize that this is not true. Would an infinite being choose guilt?
No.
Why would you? So everywhere you love judging yourself, everywhere you love being lesser than who you are, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and girls. Awesome. And don't be hard on yourself. You're not as bad as you think you are.
Honestly, I think that's what I'm saying, that validation from close people, if I don't get it, I think I go deep down even more, and then I have to come to myself again.
Aren't you the closest person to yourself? Who's more closer to you than you? And for what do you need their validation? So everything that brought up in it, will you destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock. People will only invalidate, including you. You only know how to invalidate yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you cannot validate greatness. You can only validate judgments. So what do you love about judging yourself, making yourself lesser? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys, minutes. Greatness has to be acknowledged. So would you guys start acknowledging yourself?
Yes.
For anything and everything, would you start acknowledging yourself and celebrating yourself? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots. Yes, Ankita, you have a question?
So yes, Nithya, so what happens is whenever the other person is judging myself in their mind, a lot of anger surfaces up because I'm reading the mind. So how to deal with this?
Interesting point of view. They have this point of view. Interesting point of view. They have this.
Okay.
Yes, Purva.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Thing is that since I have done this access and all, after that I understood that sometimes we need to be strong enough to not to take anyone else's judgment, and by the gradually practicing and all, I have become that. But sometimes I feel that I should not take the judgment, and that's why I try to manipulate the things. So wherever I'm not trying to show that this is I'm not, or I'm because with society I have to be like that, because they are not from access or anything, so means I know that some places I'll go and do something, then it will judge.
What
so
is your
what to do with that?
what is your question?
My question is that sometimes I manipulate and I understand that manipulation, but it is sometimes creating some fuss in my mind that I'm manipulating. I should cut off, and it's not possible for me to cut that.
If you're in oneness, do you have to manipulate anyone? If everyone is you and you everyone, who are you going to try to manipulate for what? So everything that brought up in that will you destroy and uncreate. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, poisonment. Everywhere you love fighting with yourself, will you destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, poisonment. Don't fight with yourself, guys. I mean, there's so many other people like you anyway.
So many times I do.
Can you stop that? It's just a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 And you're not as bad as you think you are. You just judge yourself to be bad. So everything that brought up in that, you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC. Because you can't handle it when other people judge you. So you're like, if I judge myself and I reject myself, other people don't do it. I don't. How many of you feel that all the other people have given you, you deserve it? So everywhere you have been that unkind to yourself, you destroy and uncreate. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, poisonous. Isn't it time to go beyond judgment? Be kind to yourself. Do not fight with yourself. Be at peace with yourself. And the only person who can be at peace with you is you. So do not make anyone else's judgments. It is all judgment. What does anyone else know about you? Do they even know what you've been through, what you're going through, what you have to do per day? They don't have any right to judge you, but they will judge you. But the choice you have here is not to make their judgment significant. Why would you make their judgment significant? And why would you fight with yourself? So everything that brought up and let down will you now destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, poisonous. Yes, Geeta? Geeta, do you have a question? Your hand is raised.
I want to ask, there's a negative pattern which is following in my life again and again. How can we stop that?
It's a choice. Would you like to stop it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then why do you think about, keep thinking about it? So what different choice can I make here? And all the trifold sequencing systems that keep me repeating those patterns, will you destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, poisonous. You might want to run this clearing of trifold sequencing systems like crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Neeta, you have a question?
Yeah. More than a question, Nithya, I want to thank you that I have learned so much from these classes, and all the questions that I have, they get answered, first and foremost. And the one biggest thing that I have learned, and it is working for me, is I used to get very hurt when somebody used to speak something negative about me. I used to dread that. Now this gentleman has come, he's going to say something. And after he goes also, I used to be not in a good mood for some time. Now, after learning from you, you just have to be an allowance. It's been just miracle for me, because I'm not here to change everybody. I'm just here to acknowledge what others are, and I have to be in sort of a peace with myself.
Yes, you're here to be at peace with yourself. It's between you. It's only between you and the universe, or you and God. It is not between you and anyone else. So that brought up and let down, will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, poison, and beyonds. Awesome. Thank you for acknowledging that. So how does it get even better than that? So what do you love? What do I love about judging myself? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, poison, beyonds. What do I love about rejecting myself? What do I love about fighting with myself? Everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, poison, beyonds. So unless you love yourself, no one else is going to give that to you. And you want to criticize yourself so badly for what? To get better? So everywhere you bought the lie that criticizing and judging yourself is the way to get better, will you now revoke, recant, renounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, poison, beyonds. Is judging yourself going to make things better? Not at all. It's just a point of view. In being allowance for the others, there's a tendency to gaslit myself. by not acknowledging the emotions that come up like anger. Emotions are not true. So what can I be to go beyond emotions? You don't have to acknowledge emotions. What would it be like for me to be? For me to be what can go beyond this emotion? Everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that. Will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Be something else. There is always an energy that you can be that can change the current energy. It's all energies. What energy can I be to change this? Would you like to change it? Then be something different.
Hi, Nithya. I asked that question. So my question was like in terms of, someone, for example, did us wrong, and I can see that from a broader perspective and then forgive them. But subconsciously, there is a lot of anger that settles in, even though like cognitively, I've told myself that I've forgiven them. And so I feel that in that sense, I gaslight myself by not acknowledging what comes up. So I would really like to end this cycle.
Awesome, then end it. Who can end it? You can.
Thank you.
You might want to say interesting point of view. I have this point of view.
थोड़ा दबाओ, मेरा बहुत ज़्यादा दुख रहा है पीठ.
You might want to say interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Before you allow that emotion to get into you, into your subconscious.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So everything that brought up and let down. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Amazing. This last 5 minutes. I don't know where this call started and where it's ending. That is so amazing. Okay, so I think I'll take one last question. Otherwise, we can close in a few minutes. And yeah, thank you for everyone who's joined today, who's yet joining. So everything that brought up in the down, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds, who's going to look at this recording in the future. So please value yourself, be there for yourself. It's okay to be alone. You're never lonely. So everything that brought up in it, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And I would like to request any of you who are willing to, if you're willing to give me a video testimonial, please do, about anything that has changed your life. It'll be really contributive. We're going to use it in different places in my website. And thank you for all of those who've already provided me. Some of you have given me amazing testimonials, and I'm so grateful for that. They're going to show up shortly. And I have Talk to the Entities class starting April 9th. If any of you are interested, like I said, dealing with ghosts is much more fun than dealing with people, much more easy. And I have a new shamanic batch starting on April 9th. 7 months of changing everything in your life. Such an intense journey for you to become more of yourself. It's life-changing. And we do that 7 months so that you become present. So that's great. And that's it. And if anyone would like to give me any testimonials right now, you're welcome to do that in this call right now. We can slice it and change it. That would be great too.
Nithya?
Yes.
I want to give you a testimony for.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a long time I had acknowledged in the call, in the message also. I was trying to buy a house, and it was, there was so much demand for that house, and too many people who were quoting more than us. Okay, and it was no way possible that we get the deal and all that, and getting the owner contact also was so challenging and all. And I had attended 2-3 calls of you, and you had given some clearing, and you don't believe it, I was running those out of the desperation or whatever you say. I put my heart and soul that I wanted that house and all that. You don't believe it. It was a miracle that the owner himself came to us and gave that house. And all the deal happened so smoothly. I cannot believe even now it is like, still I pinch myself that, oh, do we own that house and all? Because why I'm saying so strongly, because it was no way possible that we could get that house and all that. So that was some amazing thing which has happened in my life because of you. And I thank you so much for that. from my heart. In fact, after that calls, after that testimony I gave to you in the WhatsApp, I think 4-5 people asked me, "Ki, what is the clearing? Please tell me," and all that. And I had noted down and I had given to everybody. Hope that has helped them.
Thank you so much. So someone is asking, do you remember the clearing?
I have written it in some book. Hope I'll find and I can give them.
Please post it on the Morningstar group.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the testimonial, Sudha.
Yes, great.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Nithya Chellam. I want to say that my life has changed 360 degrees from the time I've come in your company.
Thank you.
I was a very person feeling always neglected and thinking that the people are not being good to me and things like that. You have made me clear all those ideas, and whatever I ask from you, even small things, I have always got it. I've always got great miracles done, and now I'm very happy. And I just do not like to miss your class on Monday, and I'm there, and silently I get all my answers to all my questions rather than putting it up. And I shall ever remain indebted to you, and I have got everything that I had asked for. And all thanks goes to you.
Thank
and
you.
I'm a very sincere admirer of yours and obedient person also. I love to acknowledge you as 100%, and it happens to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm so amazing. It's so nice to see how
Can
people...
I say?
Yes, please.
Parul here.
Hi,
Hi, Nithya. Good morning, Nithya. Thank you for lovely call again. And Nithya, I would like to say something here. After joining your shamanism, I'm enjoying my life. And thank you so much for introducing me to this kind of a world. And I would, and if anybody is calling on it, please go for it. It is worth attending a class with Nithya. Thank you, Nithya.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Parul. I'm receiving so much today. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So kind of you. How amazing. So when you're there for yourself, everyone else will be there for you. When you choose to go beyond your judgments, it really helps. That's so amazing. Okay, so I think we're right on time. I'd like to thank everyone who's joined today and all of you who receive and change, because the more happier you are, we're changing the planet. In oneness, we receive from each other. So I'd like to thank all of you who are here. And like I said, if you are willing to give me any video testimonials, please do. I'd love to receive them. And I have a shamanic class coming up on April 9th. Talk to the entities coming up on April 9th. If you're interested in either, get in touch with me. I do foundation classes also, talk to the animal classes also. So anything that calls out to you, please do get in touch. And I will see you guys next Monday then.
Nithya, just a question. If I want to send a video testimonial, how long can the duration be? Because I think it's going to be on WhatsApp.
It's okay. 3 minutes is good because the attention span of people is like 2 to 3 minutes is fine.
Fine. So I'll email it to you then?
Yes, that will be lovely. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Can you just share your email address on the Morningstar group?
I will.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, guys, see you guys next week. Thank you so much for everyone who's joined on Instagram, on Facebook.
Thank you, Nithya.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nithya. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nithya.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nithya.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you.